Social connection gets surprisingly blocked when your body language silently tells people to keep their distance from you. So in this video, we'll help you spot these hidden signals using these 5 behaviors that'll show you exactly what's making others uncomfortable. Plus, we'll share the most awkward nonverbal pattern that crosses boundaries without your awareness at the end of this video.
Signal number 1. Ever wonder why some people seem to attract conversation easily while others rarely get approached by anyone at social events? Turns out there's a body position check that signals openness to others. Picture 2 people at a social gathering they both want to enjoy and meet new people at actively. The first person stands with their arms hanging naturally at their sides, faces toward the room, and makes eye contact when people walk by. The second person crosses their arms tightly across their chest, leans against a wall facing away, and looks down at their phone most of the time. You'd expect the second person to be seen as relaxed and comfortable in their environment without needing constant interaction. However, closed body positioning commonly signals that you're unfriendly or don't want anyone to approach you right now. But standing perfectly open also can feel vulnerable when you're naturally shy or introverted. So here's exactly how to adjust your position to welcome connection. You might want to keep your arms uncrossed and turn your body toward people around you. This means positioning yourself physically like you're open to interaction rather than protecting yourself from it. Start with dropping your arms to your sides or holding a drink with one hand. Then angle your shoulders toward the room's center. Like when you're at a party feeling nervous, you still keep your arms down and face the group instead of the wall. Research tells us that open body posture significantly increases how approachable and friendly others perceive you. Remember, your gesture tells people if you want them near. So position your body like you want people to talk to you.
Signal number 2. What makes some people's conversations leave you energized while others drain you completely even though both seem friendly? Good news is there's a simple exchange ratio for balanced talking and listening. Consider 2 coworkers having lunch together during their break to catch up about their lives recently. The first coworker shares a story for 2 minutes, then asks a question and listens to the response fully before speaking again. The second coworker talks continuously about their weekend, their projects, their opinions, rarely pausing to let the other person share anything meaningful. This might seem like the second coworker is more enthusiastic and genuinely excited to connect and share their life. However, dominating conversations without noticing others' reactions typically makes people feel unheard and eager to end the interaction quickly. But saying too little also can feel like you're not interested enough in building a real connection. So here's how you balance talking with listening in natural conversation flow. Consider aiming for roughly equal talk time by counting to 3 after someone else stops talking. It's about giving them space to add more thoughts rather than jumping in the instant they pause briefly. The approach is to wait 3 full seconds after they finish speaking, checking if they want to continue before you start. Say your friend tells a story, you count 1, 2, 3 silently, then respond only if they're clearly done talking. Studies show that balanced conversation turn-taking strongly predicts how positively others view the interaction afterward. Remember, silence creates space for others to feel heard, so give others space to fully finish their complete thoughts.
Signal number 3. How come people get defensive with you even though you're trying to be helpful and supportive in conversations? The truth is, there's a neutral face technique that prevents defensive reactions from others. Think about 2 friends discussing one friend's new relationship that recently started developing into something serious. The first friend listens with a relaxed face, nods occasionally, and keeps their expression interested without showing judgment about the choices being made. The second friend's eyebrows furrow when hearing concerning details, mouth tightens slightly at certain parts, and face shows clear skepticism during the entire story.
You might assume the second friend is showing appropriate concern and honestly reacting to what they're hearing about the situation. However, showing disapproval through your face usually makes people defensive and less likely to share important information with you later. But hiding all reactions also can feel fake when you genuinely disagree with their choices. So here's the technique to keep your face openly neutral when you internally disagree. You can start relaxing your forehead and jaw whenever you feel yourself judging what someone says. This works by controlling your physical expression rather than trying to change what you actually think about it. Try gently loosening any tension in your eyebrows, keeping your mouth neutral, and nodding to show you're listening, even when disagreeing internally. For instance, when your friend shares a bad decision, you keep your face soft and say, "Tell me more," instead of letting your expression show abrupt criticism. Findings tell us that facial expressions unconsciously communicate relational messages that strongly affect how others respond to you. Remember, judgment shows on your face before you speak it. So control your face even when your thoughts are critical.
Signal number 4. Why is it that some people make you feel heard while others make you feel invisible during the exact same type of conversation? Believe it or not, there's a focus practice that makes others feel valued. Observe how two people behave on a first date at a coffee shop trying to get to know each other better. The first person puts their phone face down on the table immediately, maintains eye contact during conversation, and focuses entirely on what's being said without glancing around the room. The second person keeps their phone visible on the table, checks it briefly whenever it lights up with notifications, and looks around at other people walking by during the conversation. This could look like the second person is more relaxed and not putting too much pressure on this first meeting. However, divided attention during conversations commonly signals that the other person isn't important enough to deserve your full focus right now. But intense eye contact also can feel uncomfortable when it never breaks naturally. So here's the approach to give attention that makes people feel respected. Perhaps put your phone completely away and look at the person for most of the conversation time. The process of removing distractions shows others they matter more than anything else happening right now in your environment. You might try placing your phone in your bag or pocket, maintaining eye contact for 5 seconds at a time, then naturally looking away briefly. Think about when someone's telling an important story. You keep your phone hidden and your eyes on them throughout the entire time they're talking. Research shows that full attention signals create significantly stronger feelings of connection and trust between people. Remember, where your eyes go shows what you value most. So remove distractions when someone deserves your complete attention. Now, as promised, here's the most awkward nonverbal behavior that crosses physical boundaries without you ever realizing what you're doing.
Signal number 5. What is it about some people's friendly gestures feeling warm, while others' identical actions feel invasive and unwanted? Actually, there's a permission awareness for reading when touch creates discomfort in others. Watch what happens when two people greet each other at a work event where they've met briefly before once. The first person offers a handshake, maintains appropriate distance during conversation, and only touches the other person's arm briefly when emphasizing a point after they've been talking comfortably. The second person immediately goes for a hug even though they barely know each other, stands too close throughout their conversation, and touches the other person's shoulder repeatedly while talking. It looks like the second person is warmer and really trying to build a friendly connection through physical contact. However, inappropriate touch timing or intensity typically makes people physically uncomfortable and eager to create distance from you immediately. But avoiding all touch also can feel cold when someone clearly welcomes friendly connection. So here's the technique to recognize when your touch makes others uncomfortable. You could try watching if someone steps back or tenses up whenever you initiate any physical contact. This involves reading their body's response rather than assuming your touch is always welcome just because you mean well. Try starting with less touch, like handshakes, noticing if they lean in or pull away, then adjusting based on their physical reaction. Say you touch someone's arm during conversation, you immediately check if they moved closer or created more space between you both.
Studies reveal that touch appropriateness depends entirely on reading the other person's nonverbal permission signals in that specific moment. Remember, their body answers whether your touch is welcome. So read their body's response before touching them again. These unconscious signals reveal whether your body language matches your good intentions or accidentally tells people to stay away. When you start aligning your nonverbal behavior with how you want others to feel,